thought the Blake Lively Justin Baldoni situation was bad, well, it's just got a whole lot worse. From Diddy parties to death threats, it's getting scary. News has come to light that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have ties to one of the most secretive celebrity parties in Hollywood. What went on behind those closed doors? And how is this related to the bombshell legal battle that's been consuming both their careers and personal lives? In today's video, we dive into the world of Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, two names that have become entangled in a web of legal drama, shocking threats, and even public health leaks. But there's more to this story than meets the eye. Stick around, because some of the details that are coming out will blow your mind. When we think of Hollywood parties, the first images that might come to mind are glamorous red carpet affairs, filled with glitzy gowns, flashing cameras, and A-listers mingling in high-end venues. But there are some parties that remain steeped in mystery and have never been fully exposed to the public eye. One of the most legendary, yet secretive gatherings is P. Diddy's infamous white parties. These annual events have a reputation for being the creme de la creme of celebrity social gatherings, with a guest list that reads like a who's who of the elite. But it's not just the list of attendees that make these parties so intriguing, it's the undercurrent of secrecy and whispered rumors about what really happens behind closed doors. Celebrities like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are said to have made appearances at these parties, raising eyebrows. These aren't just your typical Hollywood soirees. They're intimate, exclusive gatherings where major business deals are struck, private matters are discussed, and, potentially, industry secrets are swapped. The question that has kept people guessing for years is, what exactly happens at these parties? Some insiders suggest that these gatherings aren't just about mingling. They're about influence. Celebrities like Lively and Reynolds, who are known for their high-profile relationships, have long been associated with power players in the entertainment industry. While they may seem like the picture-perfect couple in the public eye, what are they really getting involved with behind the scenes? Is it possible that these parties were a way for them to network with those who could further their careers, or perhaps even those who could potentially damage their reputation? Depending on the alliances they form, the intrigue surrounding these parties has only grown as more is revealed about the elite circles these two run in, especially considering their involvement in a complex and high-stakes legal drama. As we transition from Hollywood's glittering social circles to the real world, things take a sharp turn into more sinister territory. The legal battle involving Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively has exploded in intensity, and what was initially just a courtroom drama has escalated into something much darker. Justin Baldoni, best known for his role in Jane the Virgin, has become a central figure in this legal storm, with his PR team facing multiple threats. The most chilling of these are death threats. What's truly alarming is the sheer escalation of these threats. These aren't your typical online comments or social media trolling. Reports have surfaced that these threats have gone beyond just words, with individuals actually showing up at the homes of people involved in the case. Imagine having your life threatened over a legal battle that has nothing to do with you personally. For Baldoni's team, this has become an ongoing nightmare. The involvement of Blake Lively, who is not just an actor, but a massive public figure in her own right, complicates the situation further. As a public personality, her influence is enormous. And unfortunately, her fans are some of the most dedicated, but also the most intense. The line between loyalty and fanaticism can blur quickly, and Blake's supporters have shown a disturbing level of aggression towards anyone perceived as a threat to her reputation or career. This only adds fuel to the Now, let's take a moment to talk about the money. Steve Sarowitz, a billionaire who has thrown his full support behind Justin Baldoni in this legal battle, is reportedly prepared to spend $100 million on this lawsuit. Yes, you heard that right, $100 million. Why does someone like Sarowitz, who made his fortune in the tech and finance sectors, care so much about a legal dispute involving Hollywood figures? On the surface, it might seem like an odd place to invest such a large sum, but the truth is, this lawsuit represents something far beyond just a legal case. This is a battle for control, privacy, and influence. For someone like Sarowitz, who has made his fortune by navigating the world of powerful business dealings, it's likely that the outcome of this lawsuit will have far-reaching consequences for how business and law operates in the entertainment industry. Sarowitz's willingness to pour such an astronomical sum into the case is not just about supporting Baldoni. It's a strategic move, one that could send a strong message to anyone who might consider exposing personal information, threatening influential people, or attempting to tear apart the reputations of major figures. His support in the lawsuit may also be an attempt to shift the power dynamics in Hollywood, where those who control the purse strings often wield the most influence. In some ways, it's a battle of the elite, Sarowitz using his vast resources to back Baldoni and his legal team, potentially rewriting the rules for how these kinds of cases are handled in the future. But the price tag on this case is steep. $100 million doesn't just go toward legal fees. It's a statement, a signal of how high the stakes really are when billionaires, celebrities, and privacy are all on the line. Things take an even darker turn when we learn about the kidnapping threat made against Steve Sarowitz's daughter. A chilling and disturbing series of messages was reportedly sent to Sarowitz's family, threatening to kidnap his child if certain demands were not met. One particularly harrowing message read, "If you fail to comply, we will take your daughter's name hostage and she won't make graduation." This kind of threat isn't just the stuff of action thrillers. This is real life, and it's happening right now. The emotional and psychological toll on any family facing such threats is unimaginable, especially when the lives of loved ones are at stake. These messages are a stark reminder of just how far some people will go in the pursuit of power or revenge. In many ways, this escalates the case to a new level of terror. It's no longer just about legal strategy or media manipulation. This is about the safety of innocent people who have nothing to do with the conflict. And when individuals like Sarowitz are targeted in this way, it raises an even larger question about the lengths to which certain factions will go in order to assert control. The involvement of a child in such threats only serves to increase the severity of the situation, with everyone involved now in a race against time to de-escalate the crisis. In addition to the personal threats, a troubling doxing scandal has surfaced in the ongoing legal battle. Doxing, the act of publicly releasing private information about individuals, such as addresses, phone numbers, or personal histories, has become a tool of harassment in this case. Blake Lively's team is now accused of leaking sensitive details about key people involved in the trial. One of the most shocking instances involved the release of Jed Wallace's private health information. Wallace, a key figure in the case, suddenly found himself bombarded with threats and public harassment after his medical history was exposed to the public. Imagine the violation of trust and privacy when your most personal information is no longer yours to control. The ramifications of this are staggering, not just for the individuals directly involved, but for as if the situation weren't already tense enough, it takes yet another terrifying turn, with reports of arson threats being made against individuals involved in the case. These threats, which have been traced back to anonymous sources, suggest that people involved in the legal proceedings are at risk of having their homes set on fire. What makes this even more chilling is the fact that the threats are not just isolated incidents. These acts of aggression are connected to the larger online movement surrounding the case. People from various corners of the internet, some of whom have no direct involvement in the case, are using the situation as an outlet for their frustrations. The threats have been increasing in intensity, and some have even gone so far as to encourage others to act on these dangerous impulses. One journalist, who was covering the case, reported receiving multiple threats over email, including a warning that their home would be burned down unless they stopped publishing their coverage. These kinds of threats serve as a brutal reminder that in today's online culture, where anonymity is easy to come by, dangerous individuals can escalate issues to deadly consequences. It's a horrifying look at the way online mob mentality can manifest into real-world violence. The boundaries between virtual confrontations and real-life repercussions are increasingly blurred, and as this case continues, the question remains: just how much further will these threats go? So,